Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everybody. Power cut here. We have rain, and more rain. We've had rain for the last 12 days, and I've looked on the weather forecast and it is going to continue for at least another week. It was supposed to finish today and be nice weather, but here we are, and this happens in Spain because down here we're a very, very hot area. We're only 14 miles off the coast of northern Morocco, and so the houses down here and the electrics and everything, they're just not built for the rain and for the cold, because we're boiling bloody hot most of the time. But it's kind of cool, isn't it? It's a little bit spooky, and it's been a long time since I've had the old candelabras out, so we should really be doing ghost stories, but well, I think we are going to do a kind of a ghost story, but not a conventional one. The ghost of the troll. Shall we talk about this? Now, I understand, and firstly, congratulations to Trevor Coult MC, who has finally reached a conclusion with his case with the Ministry of Defence. Further than that, I shall say no more. But he has put out a video today where he has offered a £5,000 reward for conclusive evidence of the identity of the person behind the Atalanta of Arcadia account on X. Me personally, I wouldn't waste 1p on it because I know who it is. I know they're potless and I wouldn't bother suing them. But as I understand it, that's exactly what Trevor's going to do. Sue them to within an inch of their life for all of the defamation, the 3-year-long campaign of hatred against him, and who knows what will come out of the woodwork with that. Now, I have a critic, and I'm going to call her a critic. She behaves like a sugar. She talks like a sugar. She's got a little YouTube channel where she just spews all kinds of really weird flat earth type conspiracy theories. For example, apparently I'm behind a load of troll accounts myself because she doesn't think that I've got a big enough mouth to say things as me, in my name, my face, my voice. I mean, last night I was on one of her lives just trying to reason with her, and I did point that out to her. And she also has her channel in her real name and uses her real face. And I said to her, you're not afraid to call me names in your real name, and I'm not afraid to do that. So what makes you think I need to have a troll account? She equally has these crazy conspiracy theories that all YouTubers, mostly me and Trevor, we give orders to attack. We buy followers. Why? Why would I stop at whatever it is at the moment? I think there's 50,000 of us now. Why would I stop at that if I was buying them? Why not 1 million? Why not 2 million? Why not buy view? Why not go crazy? So, there's millions of holes in her theories, a little bit like planet Earth being flat. She's not actually a flat earther, but it's like talking to someone. Forgive me if any of you out there are flat earthers. I personally am pretty convinced that the earth is round. But I respect other people's view. I'm serious. If they want to explore and investigate things. So Trevor's put this offer of a reward, not just for any old thing, for conclusive evidence. Now, there's a thing called a Norwich order. If anyone wants to know more about that, maybe ask Black Belt Barrister or his friend Alan or any of the legal YouTubers what a Norwich order is. It's basically a court order where if you have someone who has an anonymous account on social media, you can file to sue that person and you name the defendant as yet to be known, an unknown party. And then you go to the High Court and you ask for a Norwich order, and that costs about £7,000. I haven't discussed any of this with Trevor. I just know this. I've known this for a long time. And personally, I just think what a waste of money, because whoever you find out, the Norwich order will then go to the headquarters, wherever that may be, on the planet, generally in America, and they will get an American court order. So that's why it's expensive. You need a UK court order, American court order, and they will hand over the details of whatever the person used when they registered that account. And then you get a name, and then where you've already filed a lawsuit for defamation against someone, you can then match it to the party unknown. That's how I understand it. But as I say, don't take my word for it. Ask Black Belt Barrister or someone who knows a lot more about this. So £5,000 is less than £7,000. I suppose this is a cheaper way for Trevor to find out so that he can sue them to within an inch of their life. As I say, I mean, I know who it is, and it's a potless loser. Now, this critic of mine, who has a YouTube channel, talks to a lot of these troll accounts, and they're not just critics and haters. This Atalanta, this is a sustained campaign of hatred and attack, mostly against Trevor. Obviously, they had a bloody good old laugh about Graham having had cancer. Well, I think they've figured that one out now. Yeah, whoopsie doodle. That's a really bad look. So if Trevor does succeed in getting his court orders and stuff, and from information received, then that person's lived by the sword, you gone die by the sword. I mean, it's going to be death by 1,000 cuts, isn't it, on the internet, because people are going to know your real identity. You ever want to get a job, you ever want to get a loan, you ever want to have a business partner, you ever want anybody to give you an iota of respect, which they never did in the first place, you're fucked, really, aren't you? And that would go for anyone who's ever been employed as a sugar. You know, you run the gauntlet. When you have a troll account and you go out there and you defame people and you actually break the law persistently for 3 years, you've got to live by that. Now, various other people have also, you know, there's been stuff that's happened, and some people have been extremely, what's the word? I've got to get the right word. Some people have come forth and explained their reasons. And, you know, human beings react. You know, one person does something, another person reacts and react. And it can turn into a bit of a war. So there are certain parties where that's the situation that have come forth, said, I'm ever so sorry about Graham passing. I'm so sorry about everything that's happened. And you know, that's gone. It's gone to the wind and forgotten. Forgiven, forgotten. Forgiveness, that's another interesting thing. Forgiveness. Forgiveness is not what a lot of people think it is. When we're children, we're kind of taught that forgiveness means you have to completely forgive someone and kind of love them. That's how they sort of teach you. But if they teach you like religiously at school, it's not like that. For me, forgiveness is for me, it's letting something go, because it will only do me more damage to cling to hatred and cling to, and etc., etc. So for me, that's really important. But there are some people, it's not a question of hating them. They've got to face consequences. There's 2 women, one of course being Diane Durham, is up in Crown Court. There's one man who's living in terror. No one's threatened him or anything. He's just living in terror because he's thinking, shit, I did twatty things when I thought no one knew who I was, and now they know who I am, and there's a danger that everybody will find out who I am, and holy shit, I've got a nice house in the Cotswolds, and I might get sued and lose that. That's his lookout. There's Tango Man, that masked man. I don't care who he is. I'm no interest in him at all. I think watching him in the mask, it just gives me a look at what a loser he is. He's one of these sort of fame chaser type things. Now, this critic of mine who's got the little YouTube channel, some of you will know who I'm talking about, who sort of behaves like a sugar, has suggested that Trevor has no rights whatsoever. He has no right to know who the person is who has tormented him for 3 years. He doesn't own that person. No, darling, he doesn't own that person, but he has every right to sue the shit out of that person if that's what he wants to do. And yes, he can. And I think he's going to. It's not for anybody to tell Trevor what he can or can't do. This is actually, part of this is the price of being a YouTuber. I've seen this particular Atalanta, like Trevor might talk about, I don't know, grass. And now I've seen this Atalanta on X go, how dare Trevor Coult talk about the grass? Who gave him permission to talk about the grass? I demand he needs my permission to talk about the grass. Who does he think he is? Or Trevor might do a video about pot noodles and the outrageous price of pot noodles. And this Atalanta, who does he think he is talking about pot noodles? Who the hell does he think he is? I demand he didn't ask my permission before he wanted to go around the world breathing and speaking and giving his opinions. I mean, it's fucking ludicrous. And this person is going to be dragged out into the light. You're about to see the ghost of Atalanta of Arcadia. And I dare say when you all see this pitiful creature, like the others, the tango man who lives in his mother's bathroom, makes masked threats in sunglasses and hoods from his mother's bathroom. Oh my God. Diane Durham, bless her, running around like Miss Piggy on fucking steam, who's been committed by 2 psychiatrists. All this pitiful creature that lives in the Cotswolds. I look at all of these characters. We're all told that trolls are these kind of mismatched, weird... You ever been out for a drive in the middle of the night to go and get some cigarettes and you just see these weird characters wandering around on the street at night and you think, holy shit, who the... Please, car, don't break down on me. That's what we are led to believe that trolls are. And the truth of the matter is, yes, that is what they are. There's another lady who's been emailing one of Trevor's moderators, begging forgiveness, if you please. This particular supposed woman who's been emailing one of Trevor's moderators is someone who Graham particularly hated and loathed and thought was utterly vile. And you may well beg forgiveness. You have my forgiveness in that I don't give a crap about you. You know, I'm letting it go. It's gone. And I don't want to know anything more about you. I dare say all YouTubers get this to a certain extent, that you get these people. They're a little bit like people who go out to assassinate someone famous so that their name becomes synonymous with the famous person. That famous person may be a singer, an actor, a politician, someone who's worked damned hard and is talented to get where they are. And instead of working hard to become talented and be a success story in your own life, quicker, easier to assassinate them and get your name linked with them. So these people are like that, but I'm not suggesting they're quite that dangerous. And they go for what we all are, is small YouTubers. I mean, Mr. Beast, we are not. Celebrities, we are not. But we're easier to access because a big famous YouTuber like Mr. Beast, or a very famous, the President of the United States of America, is very difficult to get that person's attention. But if you get someone who's got, for example, 50,000 subs, 164,000 subs, 5,000 subs, it's a lot easier to get their attention. I want your attention. I demand your attention. It's a lot easier. And then they can get their 15 minutes of fame. Rather than, which I don't understand, why not just work on your own bloody YouTube channel and talk to your own community? But they don't. Now, the interesting thing is that Atalanta of Arcadia has said that what Trevor has done is illegal and that Trevor is threatening. Well, that is not the case. But I'll tell you what is illegal, Atalanta of Arcadia. It is illegal for you to post on Twitter, and yes, everybody's got screenshots, to say, those of you who know my identity, if you dare email Trevor, I will ruin your life. I will expose everything. That's called blackmail, and I'm pretty sure that's illegal. And also, person behind Atalanta, let's all pretend we don't know who it is. Oh, that's right. It's a widow, isn't it? Anyone remember that TV show, Little Britain? I'm a lady. Oh, I'm a lady. Look, it says so inside my wig. Yes, you're a lady, aren't you, Atalanta? You're a widow, aren't you, Atalanta? My ex-husband was a veteran. Yes, of course, Atalanta. We'll all play along with that one, shall we, until the fat lady sings. And you are out there. And oh boy, then everything's going to come out. Now this brings me to Markle. What people are willing to do for a buck. because a lot of sugars are not genuine fans. They've done it for a cheap buck. And as always, I shall offer the same advice I have offered for the last couple of years. If you don't want to be thought of as a twat, don't do twatty things when you think people are not looking, because one day they might find out your real identity, and then you're going to have to live with the consequences of public opinion. And it's obvious to me that people like this worry about public opinion. Otherwise, they would do it in their own name, like I do, with their own face and their own voice. And like this critic of mine who has a YouTube channel, she behaves like a sugar, but she does it in her real name, with her real face and her real voice. So, that's all I've got to say. I think we are going to live through interesting times, and I hope we'll be able to get our electricity back on tomorrow. In the meantime, let the treasure hunt begin, I suppose. If any of you out there want to earn £5,000 so that Trevor Coult can sue the arse off this man. Oh, I'm sorry, lady, I'm a lady. Good luck, good night, and may your God go with you.